Metal Interview. We introduced to you guys on this episode of that Metal Interview podcast a power metal band from the US of A. Yes, you heard correctly, a power metal band from the US of A. A band by the name of Niviane, Niviane. And these guys have some badass videos and some badass music for sure. We will have Norman Skinner, the lead vocalist, the frontman for Niviane. And anyways, let's check out this song by Niviane, a song by the name of Fires in the Sky. Fires in the Sky at Niviane. Enjoy. We'll be right back with the interview. crushing power metal, melting face metal from the US. Anyways, Niviane, we introduced to you guys Pure Steel Records. Here we go. Check out the interview with Mr. Norman Skinner of Niviane. Enjoy. The last album you guys recorded, The Ruthless Divine, that was 2020, right?
Yeah, right in the middle of the pandemic, we released it.
Right in the middle, huh? Pure Steel Records. Talk to us about this record, the making of it, the songwriting, the lyric, the riffs, and all that.
So the second album, when we decided, to do the next one, what made it different from our first album is the first album was really just a new band trying to find our sound. Everyone kind of brought in songs that they had already had, and then we just sort of pieced them together, and that's what people got on the first album. So the second album, The Ruthless Divine, this one, it was more written as a band. There are core songwriters who wrote the initial riffs and whatnot, but when it all came together, everybody sort of had a say. So it's the first album where we feel the core band sound of Niviane really shows through. It's just it's a more modern sounding album from the first one.
Yeah,
a lot heavier.
I noticed you said the name of the band, Niviane. Is that the correct pronunciation?
You know what? It just depends on where you live. it can be pronounced Niviane, or Niviane is just the way we pronounce it, which is probably the most incorrect way to pronounce it. So before we continue with the questions, what's behind the name, Niviane? So the name of the band was initially the band was named before I was even brought in.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so one of the original guitar players who left within the first year, Claudius Kramer. A lot of people know him. He plays in a little band called Possessed. So
just that small band.
Yeah, right. So he's the one that recruited me into the band, and his former band had a single called Tears of Niviane, and which is also how we got the pronunciation of it from that song. And when I joined, I asked the same question. I said, "What is Niviane? What is that?"
Yeah.
They said it's from like Arthurian legend, King Arthur and all that stuff.
Okay.
So basically,
yeah,
Niviane was a sexy woman that sort of seduced Merlin to teach her all of his sorcery, and then once she kind of got all that she wanted out of him, she turned around and used the magic to kill him. So okay. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. All right, that sounds good. And the name sounds different than anything, so I'm like, yeah, right on.
Wow, that's cool. It's a cool name. I saw it and right. I heard the name, and wow, it's a cool, different name. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I see you guys are in the studio right now. I mean, not right now, but you guys are in the process of a new album. How's that going so far?
It's going good. We did, we just finished tracking all the drums. The third album is going to be another 11-track album, just like the first two. And we returned back to the studio, I believe, April 1st, or 1st through the 3rd, we're going to be tracking guitars. So the rest of this month, we're just going to prep for that, basically. And then that gives me time to complete my solo album recording as well. So, but yeah, Niviane will be back in the studio early April and continue tracking for this new album.
Oh wow, solo album you said? Well, we'll get to it right now. What can fans expect? Is there something different from this new album compared to the last one? What can we expect here?
You know what? It's very much in the same vein as the Ruthless Divine. It might even be a little heavier. Yep. We just seem to keep getting heavier with our songs, but there's still a lot of dynamics. You still got a lot of melody and the twin guitar attack, and vocally I'm all over the place running the gambit from high falsetto screaming to death metal vocals and everything in between. So but if anyone that loved the Ruthless Divine, they'll love the new one because it just picks up right where we left off.
That's some good music, man. Wow, I've seen your couple of your performances on YouTube. Man, you guys have a following. You guys are doing great.
Yeah, it's for a band that's only been around for about 6 years, we're catching on. I mean, of course, we want to catch on a lot quicker than we are, but in the grand scheme of things, we're happy. We're gaining more and more followers every month, so it's great.
Wow, very cool. Yeah, you can tell people are into it, and they're jamming with you guys. They're rocking, you know. So congrats on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said mentioned the solo record, your solo Skinner, right?
Yeah. So this is my next Skinner album. The whole thing's tracked except for vocals. I was actually tracking vocals today. I have about 1.5 songs to go, and then as soon as that's done, it goes off for mix and master. So I know that it's Zach Oren who he just finished the newest Machine Head album, and he'll be working on mine hopefully soon. So I just got to finish a couple more vocals, and then I send it off, and it'll be hopefully released by the end of the year.
Be looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you.
I saw the videos for Fires in the Sky and the Berserker. Where'd you guys shoot those videos, or was there a director behind that, or was it just you guys with different cameras?
So what we do is we don't. So it's funny, right? So for both of those videos, I'll start off with the Berserker. They were both shot by Rad House Films, which is a film company. And as far as a director, I mean, I screen. I sort of do all the storylining for the videos,
yeah.
And I'm the one that has the artistic direction and everything. And then what I do is I give that to, I guess you would call him a director, and then I just give him a shot list of all the shots I want to see and kind of direction, and then
okay, yeah.
he gets his team moving on it. So, but yeah, his name was Ryan Adams. He did the first 2 videos for us, and they were both shot up in like the foothills of California and the Sierras.
Okay.
Funny enough, so the Berserker, that was a crazy shoot, man. Like we were outside on a mountaintop, and it was lightning and hail.
Wow.
And winds, and it was just crazy, and we're like, hey, well, this is some Nordic weather, so this works out perfect.
Wow.
And then the band shots were shot like at almost like 1 a.m. up in like this couple's, they have like a barn.
Yeah.
So, and it was freezing. I mean, it literally was freezing cold. So, but the video turned out great. And then we were like, all right, well, the next one's going to be easier. And Fires in the Sky was shot just outside, but once again, it was shot up in winter, and it was up in the mountains, and you can tell all the breath in that video. You can tell how cold it was. We were freezing once again. So hopefully the next video, maybe we'll be on a beach somewhere in the tropics.
Right? Something different. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. It fit the scene and all that. So do you think, or would you say you're a power metal band? What would you categorize your band as?
Yeah, we are. It's funny though, right? Because anybody that's just into metal and maybe they're not familiar with power metal, you'd be like, oh, power metal.
Yeah.
And the first thing that comes to mind, right, is like bands singing about, forced dwarves and unicorns and stuff, right? And we don't really take that route. We're basically an American heavy metal band that plays a lot of traditional metal, maybe some speed metal,
yeah,
but has that European influence of power metal, right? So we're sort of a really heavy power metal band, and that's what we call it. We subgenre ourselves as a heavy American power metal.
There you go.
Yeah, and like I just did an interview with another couple guys, and he goes, you guys sound like you guys sound like soil work with clean vocals all the way through. I'm like, well, I guess I can see different, people read into it differently, but we're definitely, if you were to just line us up against a lot of regular power metal bands, we're definitely a little bit on the heavier side compared to most.
Very cool. Well, either way, it's a cool genre, a cool style, So good job on that, for sure.
Thanks, man.
Yep. So let's talk about the start of your music journey, if you will. At what age did you know you could sing? How old were you?
I think that was last week, man. In all honestly, honestly, I started by accident in high school, and I was asked to sing in a band that was doing a talent show with some friends. They had never heard me sing. They had lost their singer like 2 weeks earlier and were desperate. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it, man. Whatever. To me, life was a party in high school. I was up for anything. So I went. I did, the 2 songs and stuff, and I caught the bug. But honestly, I was not that good. I don't think I have a friend of mine named Mike. He, everyone has like that one friend, right? That one really best friend that just knows everything, right?
Yeah.
So my buddy Mike, he was taking a lot of my old videos, VHS and stuff, and he was putting them on DVD and stuff, just kind of transferring them so they didn't get messed up.
Yeah.
And he said to me, he said, like, somewhere around 2002, this is what he said, you got good. And I was like, really? He goes, yeah, before that, you kind of sucked. Because around 2002, all of a sudden, like, something happened and everything clicked. And I was like, okay, well, now I got a timeline.
You graduated.
Yeah, something, man. I was taking some lessons and stuff, and practicing a lot. So I think I just really needed to grow. And I had already released one not so great album by then. So that's well, cool story. So a lot of artists that I've interviewed, they'll say they started maybe at 5 or 10 or 12. So yeah, that's a different answer. That's cool. I was a lot older by then.
Yeah, just by mistake, I guess. Cool, very cool. So well, you're doing a great job right now. Who are your influences? Do you have any heroes you look up to musically, vocally?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many great singers, and I've had a lot of different influences from the beginning over time. But I would say right now, a couple of the guys that I really look up to, their work ethic, just what they've done and what they're continuing to do, would be Matt Barlow, who's used to sing with Iced Earth. He's with Ashes of Aries now.
Yeah.
Phenomenal singer. I get compared to him a lot, and I look up to him. Two others I could name would be Tom England from Evergrey.
Okay,
Evergrey's my all-time. They're my all-time favorite band, and
great band, yeah.
God, man, they're almost putting out an album a year, and the albums consistently are great, and his lyrics are fantastic and soulful melodies. And then a third person I would say would be Russell Allen from Symphony X.
Oh yeah,
Adrenaline Mob. Yeah, now he's singing with Trans-Siberian Orchestra as well.
Oh yeah.
He's a powerhouse. So I mean, those are some big three current influences I look up to. I mean, there's the classics, right? There's the standards. There's the Halford, the Dio, the Dickinson. But I'm going to name those guys. Because those are the ones I'm into right now a lot and that I continue to look up to.
Yeah, the classic, the standard heroes, of course. Yeah, Dio and Dickinson, of course. Great right. Singers. Yeah, but all the singers you mentioned are badass. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So give us an update on your other projects, Hellscream and Magicka.
So I'll start with the Magicka.
You should understand with the wave of my hand, I'm the power to destroy. I won't stay away until I get my way. You just told you once, not get my...
So that's sort of where I got my notoriety, right? I did 4 albums with them, between 2004 and 2010, and a lot of tours and whatnot. And we had a bad breakup in about 2010. It just didn't go well, and I needed to step away. And the band sort of fell apart. And then we reunited, to everyone's surprise, in 2019, and we released one album, Only Dark Hearts Survive. And it did pretty well. But at that point, it just became a side project for all of us because we all had our main bands now. Yeah. It was no longer a main band. But this last year, my workload just got way too heavy, and so I stepped away again from Magicka. So right now, Magicka's again on hiatus. There's no plans on a new album or anything, but I have heard from Steve and Steve Rice, the guitarist, and basically he's open to doing more Magicka if they can find a suitable vocalist. So anyone listening that's a big Magicka fan, you can always hit them up, and you can fill my shoes for me and take the reins on that one.
There you go. Wow, that's a very cool name, by the way. Magicka, very cool.
Yeah. I believe the original singer David Michael got it from a Clive Barker book, but they just spelled it a little different.
Oh, so. Okay. Yeah, probably the K. Huh?
Yeah, and then let's see here. Oh, Hellscream. So Hellscream's an odd duck. All right, and here's why. So David Garcia and I met at a festival once upon a time, I think like 2010, very briefly, enough to where he didn't remember me the second time we met. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we met again at NAMM. I think it was like 2011, 2012. Might have been 2012. And we were just chatting, and he was getting ready to do, I think, a project with Neil Turbin, the original Anthrax singer. And And I was like, dude, man, I'm down if you want to ever do something. And we talked about it, and that was it. And then maybe 4 months later, my email box, I see a couple songs, or no, I saw one song from him, and he's like, hey, let's see what you can do with this. So I recorded the song Phoenix Will Rise. Which it's the version you hear on the album.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, man, he's all, this is badass. We're totally gonna make an album. And we ended up making 2. We only met 2 more times after that initial meeting in all these years. We've never been in the studio with the band. We've never played a live show. It's just been an online project.
It
produced two really good albums. And then this last year, when I stepped away from Magicka, I also stepped away from Hellscream, because honestly, I don't think we weren't planning on doing a second album, let alone a third.
Yeah.
And I've gotten really busy with Niviane, and he's gotten really busy with obviously Cage and now the 3 Tremors. So it made sense.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thanks for the update. There you go. For people asking, people that know about these bands and projects, and there you go. So, how about any tour dates? Any gigs, maybe for your solo project or for Niviane?
Zero, man. I have 0 on the calendar right now. We have sent some feelers and some talking back and forth with some festivals, but nothing's concrete. So right now, I have 0 tour dates for the foreseeable future right now, which is okay, because Niviane, we're in the studio. I'm also finishing up the solo album, so it's pretty much recording time.
Yeah.
But the plan is, once the new Niviane comes out, we will obviously get on a big tour again, and do a big full blown tour to support the album with a bigger band than us, just like we did with the last one. So
yeah, good support. Yeah, there you go. Cool. We'll be looking forward to that. Would you like to send a message to the Niviane fans and the Norman Skinner fans, people listening to this podcast, a message you would like to send to these people?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I want to thank everyone for their continued support. Anyone that's met me or any of the band, they know that we're very personable. We're always out there on the floor, by the merch table, meeting everyone, making new friends. We don't really say fans, because all of our fans we consider friends. Like we're down to earth, normal dudes. They can hit us up on any social media, and that goes for anyone that's just hearing this. If you discover our music or my music, and you want to get to know me, add me if there's room on the social media. I reply to all my messages at some point, and I just want to thank everyone. You can find anything and everything for Niviane at niviane.com, and then for me and all my other projects, you can just go to normanskinner.net, and it has everything that you can want on there as well. So
awesome. There you go. People asking where you can find your projects and updates and news and recordings. There you go. Thank you for your time, Norman. Appreciate that. And I'm in Texas, so hopefully we'll see you in Texas one day. Cool.
Yeah, actually, we're targeting getting back to the South again, because our first tour was through Texas and the Southeast and stuff. So
really? Okay.
And we've done 2 tours since then. So now we're like, we think it's time to hit the South again.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
There's a big rock scene here, rock metal scene in Texas. So hopefully we'll see you guys soon here.
Hell yeah, man.
What's the title of the new? Is it too soon to reveal the title for the new Niviane record? Or
no, you know what? This will be the second time I say it. I've only said it once so far. It sounds like we're set on Beacon in the Darkness.
Okay, there you go.
So it seems like that's what the band majority is voted for. So yeah, awesome. I think it's okay to drop it.
Awesome. So how about the Skinner record? You got a title for that? Or?
Yeah. The Skinner record, I've already released. The album art and the track track order and everything. Right. It's called The Dark Design. Okay. It's 12 new tracks and a bonus track. The bonus track I released in December, called 7 Angels. You can see the lyric video on YouTube. It's on Spotify. 7 Angels is a tribute to the original Crimson Glory vocalist Midnight, who passed away. It was one of his acoustic songs for his fan club that I revamped and made full electric with the band and put our twist on. So everyone check that out for sure.
Awesome. We appreciate the time. Thank you for making time, Norman. We hope to see you on the road, and we hope to hear your records, the new songs. Looking forward to listening to those songs soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
What a talent, American talent. What a singer, what a voice. He's in several bands, and check out his projects. For sure, you got to check out Niviane, and you can find them on social media. You can check out their YouTube channels, Norman Skinner with Niviane. Hopefully it's pronounced that way. So check out the videos for Fires in the Sky, and they have another video by the name of The Berserker. Real good stuff there. You guys can stream and check out. And there you go. He gave us an update on Hellscream and Magicka and his solo stuff right there, man. Exclusive. So thank you guys for joining us one more time on behalf of your friend James, all the way from Texas, from the city of Eagle Pass. And anyways, don't forget to keep it metal.